this computer, and we're gonna pin me. Sorry, ladies. All right, both sides again. And other side. Good. Shoulder rolls. Find the biggest circle you can. Relax the neck, the traps, the ribs. Good. And one shoulder. Isolation. And other shoulder. Alternate. One and the other. It's like a backstroke with no arms. Good. And arms flapping forward and backwards. One goes on top, then under the bottom. And circles. Reverse. Good. Arching the back. Wiggle anything that needs to wiggle to be more comfortable there. Then flex the back. Wiggle anything that needs to wiggle. Arch. And flex. Arch. And flex. And gently back to center. Good. Hip circles. Start small. Search for any tension. Use the movement to release the tension. Reverse. And use your thumbs on the small of your back if that helps. Often helps me locate where a knot or tension really is. Good, feet together, hands on the knees. Circle with the knees. Reverse. Good, and toe on the floor, circle with the heel. Reverse. Switch. Good. All right, we're going to do a stretch we don't usually do, but this is good because it's going to take us into balance training. So we're going to grab one foot behind us, stretch out that quad, and at the same time, you're going to work on your balance. You're going to feel all of your energy draining down into this leg. And you want to let that energy drain down as effortless as you can. Pull that foot back to really stretch that quad. Good, and release. Other side, grab that foot. Find your balance. Feel everything draining down. Good. And now in the front, go back to the other leg. We're going to pull that knee into the chest, stretching out the hip, the glute. Still feeling that energy drain down into that foot, letting that ankle be soft, letting the hip be soft, letting the knee be soft. All three of those points have to be soft in order to compensate. If you're stiff, you're going to lose your balance very quickly, and you're going to lose it over and over again. If you're soft, your balance mitigates itself. Once you find balance, you don't even have to think about it because the feelings lead you straight to it. Good. All right, feet double shoulder width apart. We're going to bend the knees slightly, and we're going to shift the weight onto the left leg, and then shift right. Shift left, shift right. Now feel this movement coming in softly and leaving softly. So we're coming into each position gently, and then we're leaving each position gently. And I like to think of this as like waves rolling in and then coming back out. Good. And now let's add balance, because that's what we have to do in order to walk. We come to this side and we pick that foot up and we find our center. Now when you're balancing, don't think about holding yourself up. Feel all of the energy that's draining down. You can direct where that energy is draining to much easier than you can control whatever you believe is going up. This feeling of heaviness coming down, that's going to lead you to this point. Good. Foot comes out, shift, and then pulling that foot up. I like to imagine myself as a crane whenever I'm balancing, because the image of a crane standing on a post really, it genuinely helps me feel it. Another thing that helps is imagining that you're underwater trying to balance, because then you can feel the weight of the volume around you, and that actually assists you. Foot down, shift, balance. Foot down, shift, balance. Foot, shift, balance. Good. Shake it out. Everybody step forward a few steps. And we're going to add our backwards walk to this balance. So we'll start in crane stance. Weight should be on your left foot. Right foot's in the front. You're going to pick that front foot up and find your balance. You're going to step straight back. And as you shift onto that foot, front foot pivots. Front foot raises. Step straight back. Shift and pivot. Foot comes up. Step straight back. Shift and pivot. Foot comes up. Straight back. Shift and pivot. Good. Shake it out. Warm the hands up. Okay, quick round of Qigong, and then we're going to move into martial practice. I'm going to start by flicking fingers off the water off the fingertips. Relaxing the wrists, relaxing the elbows, relaxing the shoulders. Okay. Good, and then arms are swinging forwards and backwards, using as little energy as you can to keep them moving. And then slowly coming to a stop. Good. Now with the shoulders completely relaxed, feet should be right underneath the shoulders, shoulder width apart. We're going to let the hands float up, being pushed up by this wave coming out of our chest. We're going to roll over the top of that wave and sink down the backside. And then we're going to relax even more. We're going to inhale floating. And we're going to exhale draining. Because this is Qigong, we're doing the same thing over and over again, so we have nothing else to do but to try and consciously relax a little bit deeper on every single repetition. Try and feel something you didn't feel in the last movement. Try to feel a little deeper into your hands, a little deeper into your arms. Try to feel the space around your arms. Good. Left hand comes out and up, and you're going to hold a teacup here. And you're going to bring that hand across to where it meets your face. Then you're going to sink down. You're going to go back out here to that teacup. And we're going to bring it straight across. And then sink down. One more. Good. Other hand. Sliding straight across and then down. Straight across and down. Inhale and exhale. Good. Both hands out in front, holding teacups. You're going to come backwards until your hands are to your rib cage, your fingers are in your rib cage. You're going to come out and back around to the front, palms facing up. Coming back in, out, palms back up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good, now we're going to reverse, like we're swimming. We're going to take the hands back behind us, and then turn them to the front while they're by the ribs, and then reaching out forward, palms up. Turning down, swimming, and then serving. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more, inhale, exhale. Good. Both hands are gonna be in front of your heart, holding a ball, and we're gonna reach one hand up and one hand down. And then as those two come back, we're going to switch. The other hand is going to reach up, palm facing up. The other hand, palm facing down. And switch. And switch. Relax and float. Notice how different a movement is when you're relaxing and floating through the movement as to when you're moving with your muscles and your joints and you're really forcing through a movement. It's a totally different sensation. One more. Good. And back to center. All right, last one. We're gonna do our circle like posting, but we're gonna be low. We're gonna be around the edge of the belly, and we're still have round arms, fingertips and your lips with each other, going to breathe here. Noticing the feelings of the body, allowing them to move. And then what we're going to do is really slowly let the hands begin to flow together. Very, very slowly. So slowly you barely can even see yourself moving. Notice the feeling of the hands raising. Keep the shoulders relaxed. As the hands pass the height of your heart, let them keep going. And they're slowly going to raise all the way up overhead. While holding this sphere, this circle, this connection. Beautiful. Now imagine you are holding an egg, and we're going to crack that egg over your head, and we're going to rain down rainbow rain, draining down all through your body as you crack that egg open. And let all of that energy drain down and through you. And shake it out. I love that one. Okay. So I'm going to come back. Let's see, gallery view. Let's stop this. Okay, good work. Let me have, we only got 3 people today, so somebody's going to have to watch. Give me Nancy and Joanne. Nancy and Joanne out front. And you're going to stand really close to each other, face to face, almost like you're touching, really close. And you're going to put your hands together, your palms together. Okay? Yep, good. Okay, so those hands can stay up or they can stay low. They can go anywhere you want. The point of this game is to try and push your partner with their hands. Okay? Don't start yet. And what I want you to focus on learning is about tension. And if your partner is tense, when you push their hands, they'll move their feet. Okay? If your partner is not tense, when you push their hands, their feet aren't going to go anywhere because their shoulders are soft and open. So when I say go, I want you to begin to try and push each other, only using the connection of your hands, and I want you to notice what happens. Ready? Go. Really try and push your person. This is a competition. We're not dancing. You're going to try and push the person. You almost had her, Joe. Oh, there we go. Nice. Nice. Okay, one more time, and then we'll switch. Again, so Joe, notice how she caught you. Notice where that tension was and try to be softer this time. Also, your hands are going to tend to move together, but once you get creative, you'll start separating them, and you can use that as strategy. Distract with one hand and then work with the other. Ready? And go. Nice, nice. Oh, nice. All right, we got to have a tiebreaker. 1-on-1. Last one. And then we'll get Linda in. Here we go.
One more after. Oh, we got a tie.
Tiebreaker.
All right.
And go. Oh, nice. Nice. She almost had you. Oh, sweet. Okay, awesome. Joanne, you stay in, and Linda, come in. Go easy on her, Joanne. She needs to learn first. Hands together, close as you can stand. A little bit closer. There you go. And try to push your partner. Notice what happens. Yep, yep. So feel that energy that's coming into you, and you have to relax. You have to accept that energy. Again, let those shoulders be soft, except when you're attacking. If you're not attacking, let those shoulders be completely soft. Nice. Good. Good. Again, one more time.
She's a bitch, I'm telling you.
I know it.
Yeah, nice, nice. Oh, show us how to, there it goes. Nice, nice. Okay, so tell me some things you ladies learned during this process, what you felt.
Well, I know that if I decided to be soft and just let her and just give into the push, my shoulders would only go so far, so I had to step back.
Right, so your shoulders will only go so far, but here's the key to the spirals. Everything in Tai Chi is spirals. So your shoulders will only go so far, and you got to learn what your range of motion is. Once your shoulders get close to your range of motion, right? So as this force, everything we're dealing with in martial arts is about force. And most martial arts focus on creating it. Tai Chi focuses on like dissolving it, focuses on neutralizing it. So that force can only come so far. Once you reach that place, now you move in a different direction. You remember we talked about silk reeling, and that we can only go in one direction so far, and then we have to spiral. And that's why everything is circular. So as you're coming back, and we're going to play this again in a second, but I wanted to hear about everything you learned. As you're coming back, when you feel you're getting to the edge, redirect. You know, the accepting energy is the first step. But if all we do is accept energy, we're not going to defend ourselves well. So we accept energy, and accepting, matching the frequency of an energy allows you to redirect it, allows you to take it somewhere else. Awesome point, Nancy. Anything else? What did anybody else notice in that process?
If you forget and start to stiffen up, you're done.
Yep. Yep.
Makes a difference.
Yep. And let's see. So we got the tension, we got range of motion. Anything else that you noticed?
Well, I noticed that it didn't take much force for her if I was, you know, and I put it back.
Right, right. It does not take much force to uproot someone if that force is placed in the right position and in the right direction. If that force is not in the right position, it's useless. And if that force is in the right position, but is not going in the right direction, okay? And we'll deal with that in our next exercise. But before we jump into that, another round, all three of you. Let's do Nancy and Linda this time because you guys didn't get to go yet. Best of three. Best of three. Focus on defense before offense. And go. That was a tiny move. We'll go. All right, we'll give Linda that one because Nancy's feet moved first. So Linda gets the first. Stand a little bit closer, guys. A little. You should be almost touching. There you go. And number two, and go. Nice. Nice. Yep.
And I love it.
Good luck. Don't give up. I love it. Yeah. Nice. She got it. Good. Awesome. Good work. And now Nancy and Joanne. Nancy gets her chance for rematch.
All I was doing was I don't know what I was doing, deflecting her.
And go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh, nice. She did exactly what I told her to. Good job. Again. And go. Nice. Okay, good. Give me Joanne and Linda. Let her get another rematch real quick. Now she's got it down. As close as you can. Closer.
Nice.
And go. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, nice. Good. Okay, so I love the conversation. That's one of my favorite things about martial arts is the conversation. Every single movement has a response. It's like call and response. Okay, so before we go into the next couple, I want you guys to do a sensitivity exercise real quick. So this is going to be two people again. We're going to do any two people together facing each other so I can see from the side. One person's hands are on the bottom. One person's hands are on the top, patty cake style. Okay, now watch my hands. Here's the point. Nancy is going to be the mover. Joanne is going to be the guesser. That's all you're going to do is guess, Joanne. And what Nancy's going to do is she's going to raise one hand or the other. And I don't mean like this. I mean like this. Right? Like as subtle as you can. And your goal, Joanne, is the moment you feel one of her hands moving, you're going to wiggle your fingers. Okay? And she's going to tell her if she's wrong. She'll be right most of the time. What's going to happen is you're going to get more and more subtle, Nancy, and the goal is to move so softly you catch her that she doesn't notice which hand. Okay? So we're going to raise that hand. When she wiggles the fingers, let you know, then you start again. And then you start again. And don't do a predictable pattern. So don't do the same hand every time and don't switch back and forth. Change the pattern. So she doesn't know. But the goal is to raise your hand so slowly she can't feel it. And your hands should be touching.
Oh, it should be.
This is not our normal chi things. Hands should be touching. And the moment you feel one of her hands raising, wiggle those fingers and start over.
You moved my hand. You didn't. No.
She got you.
Yep. Okay.
Don't stop as I talk. So what happens with this exercise is you're going to systematically get more and more sensitive. You're going to mess up a few times in the beginning. You're going to try too hard. But with patience, you're going to learn to start listening deeper and deeper. And eventually people will feel, you'll start to feel like you can tell which hand's going to move before it even moves. Because their body has to shift. Their body has to change. As soon as their mind makes a decision, you'll be able to feel the decision in their body. And it's that kind of sensitivity we want to cultivate in Tai Chi. Is she getting them right most of the time now, Nance? Good. Switch. Really nice patience, Joanne. I can't even tell which hand's moving.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
If we trained kids with this kind of sensitivity, we would have a different world. Good job. Shake it out. And then Linda, come in. Anybody that wants to step out can step out. Same thing with Linda.
You want to be hands on or hands down first?
So your only goal is to catch which hand is moving by wiggling your fingers. Good. Shake it out. Okay. we've done this one before. We'll just stay with you two. We've done this one before. This is uprooting. So you're going to put your hands in your partner's chest, either one of you. I don't care which one. And you're going to push your partner. Make sure they're ready. Take a step back when she pushes you. Push her. No, don't resist her. Let her push you. Let her push you. Don't resist her. Let her push you so you can feel what getting pushed feels like and take a step back. Yep. Whenever anybody pushes you, take a step back. I had an old woman in one Tai Chi class. Dude pushed her and she just fell all up against the wall. Like, no, you could take a step when you get pushed. Okay, one more time. Push her again. Okay. Good. Now stand sideways so I can see you guys. Okay. Now you're going to put your hands on her shoulders again. Linda, your hands are going to go under her elbows. And as you feel her sending energy into you, attempting to push you, you're going to match that energy pushing up on her elbows. Okay, so begin to gently try and push her. Start slow. Don't overpower, just match her. Yeah, there you go. And I want you to feel what's happening. Slowly you can try to push her more and more, Joanne. And notice that as long as she matches you, you got nothing. Her energy's in the right place and is going in the right direction. Good. Did you feel what's happening there, Linda?
Yeah.
What's happening?
I'm pushing up so she can't push me.
She's trying to send her energy into you, and you're sending it up. That's redirection. That's uprooting. That's taking her power away from her. Switch now. Push Joanne a couple of times so she can feel you push. She can feel what that's like. She's going to take a step too. Yeah. Okay. That's someone controlling your energy. And now your hands go right underneath her elbows, Joanne. And all you got to do is match her energy pushing up. Whatever she gives you. Yep. Good. And release. So now some people do get stuck in this bending backwards scenario. Try to do it one more time, Joanne, and see if you can catch her energy before she gets you to bend. What's happening is you're moving with her energy to a certain point, then you're sending her energy up. See if you can send her energy up before you get into that back bend. No. She's pushing you. Your hands are on her elbows. That's right. Conversations are confusing sometimes. Yes. Okay. Yep. You don't have to muscle her. You just have to mat. Yep. That's better. Yep. Yep. So what she's doing when she gets you into that back bend is she's literally putting she's putting her energy on top of you. It's like she's trying to lean over in on top of you. And so you just got to make sure and catch her before she gets that lane. Good work, Nancy. Same thing.
All right. Oh, wait. I thought we were going to do, you want to push me first?
I was
No.
Both ways. Both ways.
Step back so you won't know it.
Play nice, children.
I don't All right.
Nope, try again. You're letting her get on top of you.
No.
There you go. Nice. Do you feel the difference, Joanne? When you get her, your body is like a wall, and she can't do anything to you. When she comes over top of you, then she feels like a wave. You know, it's going to down. Awesome. Other way.
That's right away.
Other way.
So now
you're gonna put your hands on me. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You don't push her off.
Don't push your hands off of you, Nancy. That's a different defense. Only hands on her elbows. Hands on her elbows. Like this. Like this. Yep.
Right.
And you're not trying to push her away from you. You're not trying to beat her. You're trying to stop her energy. So just match whatever she's put. If you match her, you're not going to push her away.
She smells good.
Were you really trying to push, Joanne? It didn't look like you were even really trying to push. Give her a push. Put that foot back and really, yep. Nice.
Listen now.
Oh, she finally got her there. She finally got her there. Okay, last one of today. We've done this one before. You're each going to put your right foot forward.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going to shake hands. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, you each got your right foot and your right hand.
Yeah.
Glad I'm not wearing a ring.
Yeah, those
Okay.
are out.
And so now the game is tug of war. The object is to move your partner's feet, and remember the importance of softness. Remember what tension does. If you're tense, just like with the pushing game, it's going to give your partner the ability to pull you or make you move. If you're soft, if you let your arm be like a noodle, your partner is going to be able to hardly affect you at all. So go. Yep. So you guys are going to have to get creative and not, you're just doing the same attack over and over again like you're shaking hands in another country. Yep, there you go. You got to be creative. Oh, I saw a foot move. All right, don't go away, don't go away, don't go away. Again. So I want to remind you guys about rooting, which means bending your knees. That's going to let your energy sink into the earth. Remind you about the softness. You both did a pretty good job of that. I want you to try harder to get to move your opponent when you do try. It doesn't mean be stiffer. It means when you do attack, try harder, because you were both just sort of attacking and then stopping. You got to go past where that wall is. Ready? And go. Much different game. Nice softness. Nancy is all defense, and it's working for her so far. She's using the Apollo Creed. She's going to tire her out. All right. Yep. Oh. I didn't see who won that. Who won that one? Okay. So, Joanne, you come in, and we're going to switch sides. Left foot's forward this time. Left hand's holding. Remember to bend those knees. If your knees are not bent, you're going to be like a tree. And go.
Well, she's pushing her away.
That's what a tree looks like. Try it again and root more this time.
Quit trying to name me.
And okay, again.
All right.
Spread your feet out a little more, Joanne. A little wider stance. That's going to give you more stability. Yep. And go. Totally different game. Totally different game. Do it again.
So I did it back to her.
Oh, she was using her knee? She was using her knee on you?
Yes, and then she used her shoulder and pushed me.
Got to keep it clean. You guys should not be close enough that you can hook knees. Your feet should be a little further back, like toe to toe. Yeah, like there. There you go. And go. I want to see some rooting. I want to see. Yep.
Oh, there goes that shoulder again.
Okay.
I just want to get my whole body going. I guess
You have brothers.
Yeah, I can see what's going on, and you're just moving with her. When she pulls you, you're just moving with her. So you guys, left foot forward, hands again, shaking hands. And this time, I want you to just pull her towards you, Nancy, and I want you to feel where she's pulling you, Joanne, and I want you to let your energy go the opposite direction. I want you to let your energy sink into the ground in the opposite direction that she's pulling you. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so start to pull her, but do it gently, Nancy. And no, you're going to pull her towards you. I just want you to pull her straight towards you because she's not getting yet. And then pull her more and get it strong. Yeah. So you're getting it now. Come back to center. So now you're getting it, Joanne. Now you're getting it, but you're still not committing to it. I can see that you've got it, but she's still inching you. This time, commit to it. Imagine you're connected to the ground by a magnet or a chain, and however she pulls you, you're going to let your energy fall in the opposite direction. Ready? Start slowly and gently, Nance. Pull straight back. Pull her towards you. I want you to pull her towards you, and she's going to sink and pull and slowly get stronger. Drop, 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 Joanne. Yeah. No.
Oh, I love the Julia now.
And come up. Do you
Oh,
feel-
she was let go, Nancy.
That would
Say
have
what?
been me.
Thought you were gonna say let go, Nancy.
Right. Now, did you feel the difference in your power there, Joanne?
Definitely.
So one aspect of it is the rooting and really feeling that you can allow your energy to go somewhere else than somebody wants it to go. And then two, the big shift was committing and not like just commit. Like I'm not going anywhere. If you don't make that commitment, it's going to be really easy to move you. If you make that commitment energetically.
The rules are great that you have, but she pushed me every time she put a shoulder into me, or she used her knee. She was successful the other ways.
Everybody, any game you have, people are always gonna try and game the system. You can't get around it.
Oh, she has
All right, great job, ladies. Let's all get back to the center of the room. We're gonna close with our qigong. Shake everything out, stretch anything that you need to stretch. Warming the hands up. Palms floating about the height of the weights, fingertips facing towards each other. Shoulders are completely relaxed. Palms are open and soft. With the inhale, we're going to let the hands float up like helium balloons. Floating, inhale. Splash the face with electric chi water, palms turn down. Exhale, everything in the body drains down into the earth. Again, inhale, floating up. Exhale, draining down. At your own pace, relaxing a little bit more on each pass. Imagine you're underwater. What does that water feel like? What does that pressure feel like? That volume. See if you can relax just a tiny bit more. Beautiful. Fingertips are going to meet this center, lead straight up, inhaling all the way up overhead. Exhale, palms turn out. Exhale down all around in a big sphere. Inhale, pulling everything in the center. Straight up, out through the crown. Exhale, down, all around. Search this pattern for any kinks, any hiccups, any bumps, and you're going to use your breath to let that pattern become more and more effortless, more and more fluid. side, right hand's over the root. Shoulders are completely soft, hands are floating like seaweed, and we're going to breathe through the palms, like you have gills in the centers of your hands. Notice what that visualization feels like. And with the inhale, we're going to let both hands switch places as effortlessly as possible. Inhale. And exhale. Both hands floating over the heart center. As slowly and as gently as you can move, we're going to tumble forward. And you're going to imagine winding taffy. The slower you move, the softer you are, the thicker that taffy becomes. Beautiful. Hands dripping slowly down to the sides. We're going to end with the arms floating out and up. Imagine water dripping down off your fingertips. Inhale, float up. Fingertips point towards each other overhead. Exhale, everything in the body drains down into the earth. Relax a little bit more. Inhale, floating. Exhale, draining. Last one, the most effortless thing you've ever done in your life. Inhale, floating up. Hands come to prayer pose. Exhale, down to the heart center. Allowing your awareness to rest effortlessly in the center of every sensation. Accepting every sensation because every sensation is true. And every sensation is you. Visualize accepting every sensation you have for the rest of today. What would your day feel like if you accepted every thought, every sensation, every emotion? Remember, the body, mind, and spirit are not separate components, merely different aspects of the same one experience. The more we unify the body, mind, and spirit through movement, breath, and awareness, the more effortless life becomes. Namaste. Good work, guys. Any thoughts or questions about any of our martial stuff or our Qigong stuff?
As this, I imagine there's a reason we need to stick our feet in the same place. But truly, if I was trying to be soft, I would let my feet move so that I I would be deflecting her pushing on me, wouldn't I?
Well, yes. Thank you for that question. That's why I always open the door for questions. I would not suggest you try to not move your feet if anyone ever attacks you. Don't make that part of the game.
Okay.
It would be a very, very short struggle. And and that sets us up really good to look at what the point of exercises are. Every exercise is nothing more than a game. Okay, every exercise is just a game, and every game is just boundaries with a specific goal. Okay, and ideally those boundaries should be what they call empowering boundaries. So that exercise is about, number one, teaching you to feel energy the same way we did with the hand exercise. It's just more clear that we're only focused on the sensation. This, you're learning that as well, because you have to feel as soon as your partner begins to attack so that you can get soft. Otherwise, your body's going to stay rigid and you're going to lose. So that's the number one element, is that we're increasing our sensation, our awareness of energy, and learning how to redirect it. The next thing is learning what tension does to your whole body. If this is tense and this moves, all of this is going to move with it. But if this is soft and this moves, it's no big thing. So those two things are all we're trying to learn with that exercise. So no, do not keep your feet still if you're ever in, and not all of our exercises are about keeping your feet planted, but tug of war is for the same reason, because it teaches you to connect to that rooting. And that push exercise, which I got that from a friend that studied Aikido for many years. I studied Aikido for a year. We never did that exercise once, but I love that exercise because it makes energy really, really clear. And everyone can learn to receive and redirect energy when the lesson is made that clear. Joanne was really struggling with tug of war. But because I could see what was happening to her energy with a tiny bit of coaching, she locked into this really deep rooting. And I believe everybody can learn martial arts. Everybody can learn to defend themselves, just like I believe everybody can learn to play music, right? It's just a question of passion and time, and a good teacher helps. That helps a whole lot. I never found a good teacher for music. Until I was 30 and jammed with a jazz musician. And I was like, where were you when I was 6, man? I would have been a musician if I'd had someone teach me like this. Like,
you got time. You still have time.
Yeah, you got tons of time.
I do. And I'm making it work. Any other questions?
Can you teach me to sing?
The what?
No, not everybody can sing.
I can't sing.
To sing.
Sing.
I'm still working with my voice as well. I've been working with Jamie on her voice for 2 years now. That's one of her big things. Like many people I know that have trouble with their voice, she, got shamed a few times when she was young and was afraid to use her voice at all. But yeah, I can totally, and it's just like this. I can give you exercises to practice, and it's about getting familiar with the frequencies that your body can create. It's not about being able to hit a perfect tone. It's about everybody has a spectrum in their body. You've got ooh, and everyone can hit decent tones in that realm, but you have to practice making the sounds over and over enough so that you know where each note comes from. So that's the main thing. And then you got all these other elements that, timbre and inflection and like all these, hold a light bulb in your mouth, and then sing from down here. But it's the exact same thing. It's a bunch of exercises, and you do the work, and you're gonna improve. Like anything you practice, you're gonna improve on. So yeah, we might can do an extra class for you and Jamie. Freeing up that voice. And what's interesting is I'm not teaching her to use her voice so she can sing pop songs, right? I'm teaching her to use her voice the same way you guys are learning to use your body in Zentral Jam. I'm teaching her to use her voice authentically from the inside. And what's happening is now she's beginning to tone in her meditations, and the sound that she's making is amplifying the experience tremendously, right? And toning doesn't mean om,
Oh, that is a way to tone, but that's just chanting Om. Toning is using sound the same way we use movement when we allow ourselves to be authentic. It's each frequency does something different in your body, and different frequencies are going to feel better to your body, and that certain frequencies are going to be healing, certain frequencies are going to be empowering, certain frequencies are going to be reflecting, right? And so it's about learning to tap into those abilities within our own body. Great question. Thanks a lot, ladies. You guys have a great Friday evening. Enjoy your weekend.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.